So hey there, out and about on a little road trip. Again, we're out in the pickup truck, just enjoying a little run around. So we're going out to pick up some tires, so pretty exciting. So killing some time. I thought I'd do a little video, 2 minutes, if that, just to kind of remind people that I'm still doing YouTube Live, and we're talking about OMVEC, Turo. Lately we've been talking about auto parts and tariffs and all the wonderful things that are coming down the pipe. So we're having some discussions about that. So we're kind of moving a little bit into kind of a weekly or a bi-weekly newscast type deal on supply chain issues. And it's not planned, it's just me ranting. So again, no script, no nothing, but if you're interested, check it out. Again, we also talk a little bit about automation, some of the robots that are coming out, just some cool stuff. You know, that's about it. So we're on the road trip. We're driving the 2012 GMC Sierra 1500, the old work truck. Again, we're trying to get it ready for safety. So the tires on this one are aged. So I've gone on Kijiji and we managed to find a set of tires with rims, so we just bolt them on, ready to go. And the adventure begins. So we're going to Beaverton, which is an hour drive or an hour and a half drive from where I'm at. So that's about it. Last night I replaced the idler pulley on the GMC because it was making noise. That chalkboard nail noise, that really annoying, get to 1500 RPMs and it sounds like the vehicle's about to blow up noise. It's a $20, $30 part, very easy to fix. Half an hour in and out, no problem. I ordered the part from Amazon, and the problem is that the new part is making a different noise. Now, it's not the same noise the old part was making. This makes a little ticky noise, like there's a little bearing or something going on in there that's problematic. So it means I've got to send that part back, which kind of comes on to something along the lines where I was talking earlier about expectation with parts. So now I didn't buy the cheapest part. I didn't buy the most expensive part either. So I did shop around a little bit. So if I went to the GM dealership, my local one wanted, I think it was like $72 and change for the pulley, plus tax, yada yada yada. So you're under $100, right? When it's all said and done. Amazon, white box, no brand, you're looking at 23, so the bottom of the barrel part, right? Didn't buy that one. We bought the one for 32. It comes in a pretty box. So in other words, it's got a nice little blue box it comes in. It looks like a GM box. Probably not, but it looks like that. So we bought that one thinking, oh, it'll be a little better part, a little better quality. You know, we'll pay a little more money, an extra $6 or $7. Maybe that's the cost of the pretty box. I don't know. So you put it on and it makes a ticky noise. Frustrating. But it seems to be pretty consistent with Amazon. Whenever I order a part in, it's either the wrong part that's in the box or there's a fault.
In 1 kilometer, turn left.
With the part. Now the dilemma is, it's half the price or less than half the price of the part from OEM. And if I go to my local parts source or Canadian Tire, they always give me a white box. So my assumption is they've just ordered in the cheap part for like $23. And all they've really done is charge me double. That's my assumption on that one. Because I never say, hey, this is a moke or this is a supplied by. No, it's literally the cheapest part they could get, put in a box and make a profit on. So that's the issue I've got
left.
When we're looking at Amazon is, if I'm going to buy a cheap part and not OEM, I might as well get the cheaper price. What are your thoughts on that? Again, I like buying local as much as the other guy. But the dilemma when you're looking at older cars or you're doing service work on your own, some of these parts can get a little weird when it comes to pricing structures when it's from OEM or when it's from a part source or from a Canadian Tire store. So again, we're coming up to about 5 minutes. I like to keep these things pretty short. We're on the road trip. Thumb up if you're doing your own work out there and you're just watching videos. That's cool. If you'd like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you could check out my live section where I've put some playlists together. They're a little more detailed, but keep in mind that my production value is incredibly low, as you can tell with the shaky camera. And the more people that thumb up or do the subscription means that at some point down the road, I might be able to get monetized, which means I can buy fancy gear and compete with the great, wonderful YouTube creators that are out there. Probably not, but something along that line. But I would have greatly appreciated it. So that's my PBS moment there. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant and enjoyable day.